Hi there, good morning. This is Molendinarius here from latinum.org.uk. And yes, you can see I have a friend with me today, a rather traumatized chicken, because unfortunately last night the weasels got into the chicken shed just at the point of dusk, at the time we were going to shut them in. And we lost a rooster and one chicken, and this one somehow or other escaped, and I found it in the morning. And of course last night it snowed and rained very hard, so it was outside sopping wet and bedraggled. So we brought it in, and it hopped on my shoulder and doesn't want to leave, so I don't really blame it. So anyway, I have a chicken with me today, and we're going to look at a sample lesson from the the Samothrace Latin Course, which is on Patreon, and there are about 60 odd exercise lessons of this so far produced. I'm producing more every day pretty much, and it's based on a linguophone system where you are tested constantly. Every word is tested all the time, so you could actually jump into the course at any lesson. It doesn't really matter if you start at lesson 1 or lesson 2, although there is a progression with the grammar. And there is, we're using a 17th century grammar textbook in Latin, which we're studying in Latin and using it as source material to learn Latin, as well as many other texts as well, such as this one. So let's have a look at how this works. Essentially, we build up a sentence step by step, block by block, and I explain any grammar to you if necessary as we go, or if there's an idiom, then we learn the idiom. So let's see how we go. Where are we? Here. So you speak, and how it works is this: I give the English, I ring a bell. Let's see what the chicken does when I do that. Not much. I ring a bell, and then I wait a short amount of time for you to give the translation into Latin, and then I give the Latin. So what happens is that if you don't know it, you listen to it through, and then you go back and test yourself a second time, and you keep repeating the lesson until you can translate rapidly in the time that I give for the translation, and then you move on to the next lesson. So you speak. Loqueris. Do you speak? An loqueris. Now there's more than one way of saying do you speak, but this is the way we're using in this sentence. Do you speak? An loqueris. Do you speak Frenchly? In other words, do you speak French? But I'm giving you a literal translation here. Do you speak Frenchly? An loqueris Gallicae. And using the English idiom, do you speak French? An loqueris Gallicae. And then the reply in this case is just yeah, I speak. Yeah, I speak. Ita loquor. Yes, I speak French. Ita loquor Gallicae. Yes, I speak French and. Ita loquor Gallicae et. Yes, I speak French and Italian. Ita loquor Gallicae et Italicae. Yes, I speak French and also Italian. Ita loquor Gallicae et etiam Italicae. Where? Ubi. Did you learn? Didicisti. Now, in English we have to say, where did you learn it? But the Roman idiom is not to use the pronoun. So, where did you learn it? Ubi didicisti. Nearby. Juxta. Near London. Juxta Londinum. Near London, at Brompton. Juxta Londinum Bromptonii. Now, an interesting historical point, the suburb that used to be called Brompton is no longer called Brompton, although there still is a Brompton cemetery in London, and that area is now in the borough of Kensington and Chelsea, the royal borough of Kensington and Chelsea, and is now called Earl's Court, because the name of the underground tube station has taken over the original name of the suburb, and the Bromptons, no one would know what you're saying. If you said, I'm going to the Bromptons, people wouldn't really know where in London you were going to go. So it was a place, it still is a place, the cemetery is still called the Brompton Cemetery, but the suburb is no longer called Brompton. And I know all this because I have a cousin who lives there. So, near London, at Brompton. Juxta Londinum Bromptonii. She. Illa. She has spoken. This is an idiomatic form. She has spoken. Illa locuta est. She has spoken French. Illa locuta est Gallicae. She has spoken French in daytime. Illa locuta est Gallicae die. Now that's not very good Latin, but it will become good Latin in the next sentence when we express the whole form. She has spoken French all day. Illa locuta est Gallicae toto die. Now notice that in Latin we say the language that you're speaking with an adverb. So we say she has spoken Frenchly, she has spoken Englishly, she has spoken Italianly, whereas the English idiom is different. Illa locuta est Gallicae toto die. Where? Ubinam. Where is? Ubinam est. Where is father? Ubi nam est pater. Where is father now? Ubi nam nunc est pater. Now the Romans often omitted things like yours and his and hers. So if they wanted to say, where is your father? They would often just leave out the your and just say, where is your father? Ubi nam nunc est pater. But if we wanted to say this in a slightly more emphatic way, where is your father, then we would include it. And let's do that now. Where is your father now? Ubi nam nunc est pater tuus? In India. In India. So that's how the Samothrace Latin Course works. This section doesn't have any direct grammar, and of course most of the episodes, in fact all the episodes, are without a chicken. But there she is. And still traumatized and does not want to leave. But at some point she'll have to get down and go back into the chicken world. But for now, she's still drying off. She was soaking wet this morning, so I brought her inside, and yep, she's decided that this is the place to be.